Hello and welcome to my version of the Penineway on my walk between Land's End and John Groats. If you like it, please subscribe, please give us a like. It all helps us so I can go on to more big walks like this. It'll push us on for the future. It all began at Edale and breakfast time that morning, and here we go. This is me. Through the fields to begin with, pretty steady, easy away through another campsite, up Jacob's Ladder, which to me was a bit like Southwest Coast Path, but Kinder Sky, Trick Point, that's the other. Over there you can see Manchester, in the distance there's Manchester. You can't see much more now because it's turning a bit boring. Just round rocks. I like being on Mars, this, to be honest. Here we are, though. Slightly downhill from now. Let's hope we get away from the rain. Here we are, looking down over Kinder Reservoir after getting away from the Kinder Low Trick Point in the wind. This is a friendly swale-tailed sheep who's determined to eat sandwiches out my bag, no matter what. Very tame around there. Okay, we're heading across the path.
Doesn't look nice weather.
57, the snake pass, across the snake pass.
Oh no.
Which was a bit of a steady away bit of walk, and it was wet, and then Blake Low, and then the reservoirs, and then through the woods to Crowden campsite, what I would call the Midgie Hole. Met Tom there, a few people, met the firemen sort of. We got to know them better tomorrow. The next day we set off, and the idea was to get near Mars and stand at edge. So again it was rough going, boggy, starting off with hills up over the ridges and everything, steep hills. Up Laddo Ridges, that's what met Oliver Beaumont and his friends. Here they are coming up, here's Oliver his mates. The next picture, I'm in distance in his original pictures, that's me climbing over the hilltop. Heading up towards Black Hill, where the Trick Point was. The weather's horrendous. At this point I'd like to thank the firemen for keeping us in help company and directing us down to Marston, where I decided to have a night of comfort after a terrible, wet, horrible day. And this is the room I stayed in. I walked upstairs, I got in a magnificent bath, and then I climbed into the bed and I stayed there all night. It was pub. I'd never had a drink. Next day, over the tops again, and over the M62. Before that, I met Ian Adams and his wife, who were brilliant, gave us some food, told us how to get May's shop past the East Counties, which is East County boundary, which is on the Penineway. And here we are. I reached Blackstone Edge Trick Point, which was unbelievable looking over there, and then going down and heading towards the White House pub, but again, no beer, didn't have time to stop. First reservoir after the Whitestone Edge pub was the Blackstone Reservoir. That was followed by the White Home, the Hazels, and I think it was the Light Side, but I might be wrong. Plan was now there's some valves to get towards Studley Pike. That was my next landmark, and there it is, Studley Pike. We can stand inside. Yeah, windy old day up Studley Pike. Went past somebody's bench before that, dropped down into the village, and I saw Tanya on the way to the village. Tanya met us again after that, and she gave us some tea tree oil after I'd spoken to her early. She was really nice. She'd phoned up May's shop, and then May turned up with some as well. Gotta say, Tanya from Heaven Bridge, May from the shop, they were fantastic. Anyway, next morning over the hilltops after camping there and getting well stocked up. And thanks, May, for your donation. Over the hilltops again, got some more dams. There's your bag sitting there. And we arrived at Wuthering Heights. Yes, we did. Here we are, Wuthering Heights. Well, they all top with us. Met the Spanish girl who spoke to us. That's her in the pink coat. I spoke to her on the way down. She was all from Sweden. She worked in Sweden, but she's from Valencia. Hope she's okay after all that rain. And due to that, I missed my turn really for ponding. I ended up somewhere else. Although it did really matter missing ponding, because she was a nice lass. I had a really nice talk to her. And she took me photo, had a good talk, and then went down to Wuthering Heights. And
wow! I'm on this for ages.
It's got a great sound, that loud. And a bit there then.
I can't play at this time now because I'm a bloody. There's two ways of playing banjos, right? So you're automatically in G. So when you're in G on a banjo, but we can complicate it a bit more if you want to do. We can get some. Oh, what's that in there? Oh, there's a poem in there.
That's amazing. That was Jeffrey. He came out here where I had my tent and looked for us while, because I'd bought a pint, but then I'd go and sort things out, and he came looking for us. Everything was spot on. I went to Friendly Inn and met the Friendly Monday Night Club, which were Angela and Co. and Paul, and unbelievable that night. Come to some sort of little weird Hobbit-style village on the hillside. All these little huts. There's another one over there which I took a photo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them. Now you can see. All on the hillside. Different. Yeah, they were the Hobbit houses. Dropping down towards a valley, through a valley, and in towards Lothersdale. It was a nice day at the time. Side for the spine runners again, and dropping down and through the first village. And put it down safe. This is a really quick video because there's a thunderstorm come behind us, and I'm right on the top of Thornton Moor in Yorkshire, named after me, Uncle Norris, as far as I'm concerned. Great war hero, great man. But no, heading towards Thornton and Craven. It's starting to rain again. I've just missed a, luckily avoided a massive rainstorm earlier, but I do not want to be top of here in a thunderstorm. Not good. I could hear the thunder earlier, somewhere behind us. I need to get down this hill and quick. Catch you later. Hang on, can you hear it? That's it, oh god. After a good bit drenching up on the moors, some nice countryside, dropping down to ERB, absolutely soaking. These are pictures from another day, just around the area, and little extract. And into ERB past the Red Lion, again, no drink. The youth hostel, thank God. And proof of purchase, I left my money for him. Money. He was a good lad, and this is the sign. This is a sign I saw years ago that inspired me to do this walk. The Penineway, just down the road at Thornton and Craven, but then it was back up across to the tuck shop. Out of ERB along the canal, watching the kingfishers. Everywhere you went there was kingfishers that day. Beautiful stuff. Garf on, and what we're doing really, we're heading up to what I would call a real Penineway again. After a little bit of countryside walking and canal walking, which was nice to have a bit of canal walking, to be perfectly honest, after being on the fells for quite a few days. Underneath the A57, I think, at the main road just above that, and Leeds Liverpool, and an aqueduct. Yeah, that's a river below. Went a bit further. I should have been on the canal. I should have cut a corner off really, but I enjoyed the canal, so it didn't really matter. We're heading for Malvern, that's the aim of it. But before that, we went to the next little town to get a few supplies. And that town turned out to be Gargrave. To say on my way to Malham, it was a long walk, all the way from Thornton and Craven all the way up to Malham. Still another 5.5 miles when you go to Gargrave. But I managed to go to the shop there in the co-op and get a few bits and pieces. Then it was a beautiful walk up the valley to Margaret, up to Malham. It was just a lovely walk all the way up. It was just a lovely, lovely walk. You can see that in the distance there. Aiming for the campsite up there at the farm. And it was just a beautiful walk, as I say. Past a few little villages. Hanliffe, Ayton, Carlton. And here we are, Malham. The campsite's at the farm up the top of the hill. Graham's been there. So I camped in there and wandered back down, had a few beers. And the next morning, instead of going over Malham Moor and following Penineway really, I decided to use the road method again, just to make things a bit easier for a while. That day was to get to where was it we were going that day? We were heading, I'm sure it was Horton in Ribblesdale, indeed it was. So, beautiful countryside though, proper North Yorkshire. Used the roads for quite a while. Again, took a little bit of a longer spread than I could have. Did manage to see Malham Cove, Malham Tarn, there it is there just, but didn't actually walk too near it. And then I came to from the corner and a little break before hitting the fells again, and over the top of the fells, and just to basically just getting up there, and I was more walking. It was a long day again, a lot of more walking. Penineway Hill, which I was waiting to see for
middle of nowhere as usual.
I thought I'd never do a Penineway. Some people like to climb it. I didn't need to. If you're on the Penineway, you're supposed to. I wasn't really on the Penineway. I was using the Penineway. But remember, I was walking Land's End Johnny Roads. I'm not exactly on the Penineway. There's Penineway in the distance. And it suddenly loomed up, as you could say. There goes my eyes, and there it is, looking very, very distinct now. And there it is at the bottom. There's the path of it. I decided not to bother with that. I turned left and went down the hole and rivers down. Booked in at a campsite. Nipped across to watch the England versus Denmark football match, the second half. Poor game. Camped in here. Heading away again, looking back at Penineway now, and on our way to Hawes, which was a lovely walk again. Long, hard walk, hard on the feet. Long tracks. It was basically all track the whole way. Rock track under your feet. Like all droven trails sort of thing. Not much grass, so it was a hard foot day. A very hard foot day. Met a couple of lads from London, South London that day, amongst other things. But we were aiming, as I say, to get the Hawes. And we got the Hawes eventually. These are the tracks I'm talking about. Really heavy going tracks. Unbelievable they were. And the campsite was not quite in Hawes, it was just along the road from Hawes, really. So it was at Bainbridge Inns, which is just along the road. I didn't realise at the time this is Hawes. This is the campsite at Bainbridge Inns. Wasn't far into the town, into the village. I wandered had a night at the village. Some lovely fish and chips the next day. Again, cheating a little bit. Not quite on a proper track at first. Well, first I went up to the which brought us to the Buttertubs Pass eventually, which I'd never really heard of before. Don't think I'd ever been on it before. Here it is, Buttertubs Pass. And then something. Well, here we go. These things came up the hill. What will you see next? Indeed, what will you see next? Well, the next thing I really came to was a lovely tea room, and I made myself these scones and a cup of tea, and it was beautiful. Set me up for the rest of the walk over towards Tarnhill Lane, through Swaledale, past Keld, Thwaite, those places. Saw these, and over the moors again. One thing in my mind now, Tarnhill. Camped up, sorted myself out, had a really good natter with the locals and a few people camping there that night, mainly. Next morning, off we went again. Them two little dogs were at Sleigh Home, and the kind man, and there's God's Bridge, but the kind man at Sleigh Home made us some eggs on toast to eat and a cup of tea, which was fantastic. And it was underneath the A66 there, underneath it, following the path. And the next place we were going to be, the next thing we were going to see anyway, was Hannah Hawkswell's meadows. But it involved yet more climbing over moors, seeing more dams, and as I say, more after more. But it was easier walking, it was better on your feet. Clove Lodge, little shop to buy whatever you wanted. Honesty shop, but a beautiful one, and I did get a few bits and pieces. There's Hannah's Meadow now, beautiful down there, absolutely gorgeous. I was on my way towards Middleton and Teesdale, and when I got that area, that was me for 2 days. And here's me, ready for my 2-day break. Here's old lad Neil, who came to collect us. That's one of my bad feet. And then we got to stand up, we popped into Pack Horse. There's Jeff and Debbie. Outside the Grey Bull, there's Paddy. Had a few beers in Grey Bull, and well, truly deserved. And then back on the hill, June and Tommy dropped us up.
Last time we walked along here was about 2 months ago, something like that. I was doing a training walk for the big walk, and I remember saying, next time we walk along here, I should have gone past the halfway mark and Land's End to John O'Groats. That's if I make it this far, which I was a bit dubious and still, but I did train very bloody hard, and here I am. I made it. That was what I looked at last time, or slightly further along. So far, so good.
Yeah, and here we are walking up the Tees Valley towards High Force. Beautiful walk, a lovely walk. I've done it a few times. I enjoy it. Quite a lot of little suspension bridges and that up there. Very interesting little walk. And High Force itself, well, it's a powerful waterfall in Britain. Not quite the highest, I don't think. Certainly powerful. Once you get above High Force, on a road I was using, you got this beautiful walk up beside the river, past the cliffs. It's almost like being in Derbyshire again. This was all the way and on the way to Langdon Beck. Next stop for the next night was Langdon Beck, right by the dock.
Thank you. Oh, what a catch! Oh, you're too good.
I'd like to help, thanks to Jane and everybody at Langdon Beck for such a great help they were to me that night, that day. And a few people came to help us, Mary and Co, and Ping helped us an awful lot. He got me bags from there to Ulster, so cheers Ping, you were a hero. There's Mr Humblehiden. In Ulster I met up with Uncle Puff, Paul Freer. Had a couple of beers in the Angel there with him, and he invited us to stop the night at his place the next night. So it was chucking it down when I got to Ulster, to be honest. And but I saw a couple of lads, Dickie, Ray and Roy, at the Cumberland. I stayed in the YHA because it was the only sensible place to stay that night, the way the weather was and everything else. So we did that, and then next morning off to Paps, past the little wooden stone, whatever it is, ferret, past the Roman forts. Yeah, back here, Roman forts near Slaggyford. Interesting to see that was back on the Penineway, doing things properly again. There we go, look at that. And there's Slaggyford. And And then a bit of road walking again for a while because I kind of lost the other track. Eventually though, got the poles and managed to pick up the famous Uncle Puff guitar, and there he is. And thanks a lot, Paul, you were brilliant. It's Paul's dog. Walked down with us the next morning to halt whistle. I've got a halt whistle and another landmark halt whistle town I knew well. So it was incredible to get to there. And then it's the centre of Britain, and who could you possibly resist get me photograph taken in Halt Whistle? But then out of Halt Whistle and up to the next stop of the next night, which was the Twice Brewed, the Twice Eaten. Stephen's in charge there. He does fantastic. He really looked after me. And all the lads were there as well, so it was absolutely brilliant. We had music night, camp the night, got well fed. Stevie Blair, thank you so much. What a brilliant night that was. There's the lads. Bumped into them all, and it was just a great night. Woke up next morning, bit of breakfast, and then my good old pal himself, HP, turned up to walk with us to Bellingham. And that is, believe it or not, that Sycamore Gap. There was no Sycamore, me and Howard. That's what it was like. That's me and Howard, where it is now, Sycamore Gap. Back over moors and moors and moors. Luckily Karen was there with a car to bring us bits of supplies, so it was a good day. It was a long, hard day. It was a long walk, but it was a good day. Into the moors and then through the trees, past a brand new road, which you couldn't believe, found in the middle of nowhere. So we had to check that out. Don't know why it was like that. Past full of bog, which was Bondi Plantation. Past near Melvin Ridley's, who I know well. Past his farm, but didn't see Melvin. Over some old, really funny old car tracks and into Belgium. England playing again that night, so a couple of beers and somebody eat, and then into the campsite there at the Demens farm. Tremendous amount of wind damage up on the top there, up to where's Burness. Winner of the worst weather award of the walk so far, Northumberland. After eventually got over all the moors, we dropped down into the forestry tracks, all the way through to Burness. Penineway, I believe it is, in Burness, where we stayed. I'd absolutely recommend this place. They're brilliant people there. They really look after you. It's a great setup they've got. The guitar was good and all. It was okay. So next morning, it was off again. Up the hill, out of Burness.
Not letting us get out of easy
Easy
out of England. More or less a cliff edge walking up here. There we go, look at that. Yeah, not letting us out.
Right up on the top of the Cheviots now, past Chew Green Roman Fort, and heading for Deer Street, which is a path I wanted to use before I got to St Cuthbert's Way near Jedburgh. But for me, Penineway was now, or the track using that area was now over.
It's windy, we're on Deer Street. It's Deer Street.
After me stop in the sheep pens in the shelter from the wind to have my food, it was down over this little ford, up to Pencook, Roman ford beside this, camped in that corner there. That was it. Game over. My version of the Penineway. Thanks very much for watching. Please give us a like, please give us a subscribe. I need them. Thank you. Bye for now.